Okay, we just changed the view, and if you want to change the view again, you can go in and see where there's a plus sign on the mouse. You can just click on it and make things bigger. If you want to make them smaller, then I think you have to hit the Alt button at the same time, and you'll see it turn into a negative sign. Okay. And that'll shrink. Okay. And then if you want to select a region of notes, you can go up and you use your select tool here. So there's your select tool, and so here, like if I wanted to select a group of notes, I could just, you know, grab whatever time frame I want, you know, to do your edits on, right? So what we want to do is I've muted that channel. This is the track I want to deal with right here, and we're going to play. We're going to have you play some percussion here, and then make sure it's saving everything properly. Ready? Yeah. I'm going to hit record. But make sure the metronome is on. And then what tempo are we at? Let's double check. 80. I'm just looking at 60. So I'm going to change it to 80 here before we get started. And then all we got to do is to record. You want to make sure that the R is record enabled on the track. Okay, and then also that you hit record on the transport down here before you hit you know, the green arrow. And I always try to do a set to 0. So now I'm going to start it, and then go ahead and... Metronome on? Yeah, metronome is on. Are you ready? Ready. Okay, here we go. Enough? Yeah. Okay, stopped it, and you see that it kept the notes here. Yeah. Okay. Right. So there's your notes. So if you wanted to, you can go in and microscopically edit that shit, you know. And if you wanted to add more to it, then we'll go return to R. Let's save it. File, save. Then we'll go ahead and add a new instrument track, and it's not really an overdub, but it's kind of like an overdub. Or what I probably would if you want to make it a lot easier, you can just duplicate the track. So you can just go to the track, and you can say it's already highlighted. You can right click on it, I think, and go down to duplicate. And we'll just hit OK. So what that did is it duplicated everything, the notes, all of that. I don't need the notes. So I didn't want to have to go through writing setting up expanding again. Okay. So I'm being lazy. So it's just another way to work. So all I got to do is do a select. I use my select tool up here at the top. I can go down to that track, select the whole thing, what I want to get rid of, and just simply erase it. Then I can do a set to 0 to return to the beginning of the song, and then arm that track to record. The expanding is already set up because I did a track duplicate, right? So everything's ready for me to just continue recording again. So I just hit my record enable, and if this works right, the right way, then I should just be able to hit the when I start it, I should hear what I played before and also what I'm playing now. Okay, ready? Let's do it.
Can we do that again?
Yeah. You have a bad take? No problem. You just rewind back to 0, and then to make sure, you go in there and you select all your notes and get the hell out of there, hit delete. We're ready to roll again. So I'm going to hit set to 0. Ready? And we record enable. And start again. Okay, now let me freeze this for a second because I want to. Now we already both know that that's. So let's do a select. Let's deselect the record on that track. Go back to the one we originally did, right? And then we'll grab the notes. So I'm going to do a select. And I'm selecting those notes. And then you can go to, I don't know if it's track or region, I believe it's region, quantize to grid. And so that should quantize it. So let's listen back and see if that quantized it. So let's hit play. That'll make it easier to do the next track. And then we can just turn off the metronome. So now I'm going to return to 0, we'll arm the next track, and then you can continue. So, okay, now I'm going to return to 0. Then I'm going to highlight the next track, and what I want to record, hit record it, arm that to record. And then we're going to record enable, and we're ready to do it again. So here we go. Ready? You tell me when you want to start.
Okay, ready.
Remember, there's no metronome. Coming in. Okay, so now we just hit stop and return to 0. And here is our little beat here, and then I'm just going to hit play to play back. I can turn off my little record enable here. Okay, now I'm going to stop it. And then, so you can see how you could do your edits. You can edit everything you need to edit. And then you could like select a couple of bars of that and you can loop it, you can copy it. That's how I usually prefer to work. Yeah, you just block it like that and then just
start bouncing it off.
But so you can do this. You can do what I just did here. Okay, you just did one track for this and then another track for that. So you could do that about 15 times if you needed to.
Yeah.
You know, and all you got to do is just right click on the you did and hit duplicate, and it'll have the same sound and everything, same configuration exactly as before, and then that way you can select everything and clear it, and you've got a new loop track, not loop track, but you can build on your percussion as much as you want. And then, you know, there's also ways if you needed to modify, or if you wanted to go a certain number of measures, and you know, your editing tools to use. Done with your percussion, you use the same method as I showed you before for inserting a new instrument track, and then you just do expandy, and then you build whatever instrument you want assigned to it.
You mind if we try that?
Yeah, let's
piano over this. Just
okay, let's
right
do
there.
that. So I've already created this track for percussion to continue, right? But so let's go ahead and we're going to create a new one. A new one here. Can we? You know what? I'm gonna skip out a prayer meeting tonight. So we'll just continue on because I want to wrap up because I got to get ready to run back. But
So we get this. I'm on the way. Once
okay.
you show me this.
All right, but you know, you see all the stuff that I was talking about before come together here. Like you can edit like any way you want. And then, okay, so your next track here, I just picked the one after that one, and then I can go to track, up at the top, new, and then I'm going to create a one track, and let's just say, I usually use stereo, you don't have to, but I usually do, and then just say instrument track. That's very important, because that's the only thing that tells it to use the plugin. Mm-hmm. And then I hit create. So down there, it creates my instrument track. So here it is, and what I can do is I can move it if I want. So I wanted to move it, so here it is up here. Has no plug-in, so I'm gonna enter the plug-in I want, which is going to be expandy again. So I'm going to go to plug-in. I want a multi-channel. The multi-channel is basically just the difference between mono and stereo, actually. So you go multi-channel, and then I'm going to go to instrument. And since you said piano, piano sounds better with stereo, you know. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to hit expandy stereo. So it automatically went to this shimmer thing. We don't want that. We want, so we just go up to the instrument list, right, your librarian menu, and then we can look in our list, and then we just see here's pianos and claves. So we can just go ahead and grab, that's electric. You want acoustic, electric, or okay? Let's go with an electric grand. How's that? Okay. Here's an electric natural grand. I mean, an acoustic grand here, and then we should you should be able to hear it. Yeah. And then I'm going to record, enable that track, which is the little R over here. Okay. And then record, enable. On first thing I want to do is hit the back to 0, and then when I hit record here, you can just tell me when, and I'll hit.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Here we go. Okay, I'm hitting record.
Okay.
All right. So now we'll do a playback.
Peter, you saved the day.
And then bam.
Too bad that's on the recording.
But so now you know how to quantize, you know how to. And see the same concept here. If you wanted to add that to it, you could just duplicate that track, erase what you did, and then do that, you know. Cool? So then I can just save this. I'm going to go File, Save. See, that's still saved under Master Template, but
So now we name it and move it to the proper location.
Now you want to do a save as to the proper location. So we'll just go. So let's say you completed what you wanted to do and you wanted to save it into. Well, you can save it into work or save it into songs or whatever you want to do. But the way I do it is I would go like File and then do a Save As and then locate where exactly you want it to be. So I'm going to stick with what we stuck with at first. Remember I said we're going to go to CPBLK Documents, right? And then to Pro Tools Projects. And then I'm going to save that in work because it's a work in progress. What is the name of it? Let's just say work in progress. Alright.
Sounds good.
So I'll just type in work in progress. And that's it. So now, instead of using the template, now we are actually working on work in progress.
Alright.
So you still do the same thing. You still do your save, you still do your whatever, but now you're working on an actual arrangement instead of the template.
Yeah.
You know, so now this change, now just the changing of the name means that we're working on the actual thing instead of the template. So I think that should be enough to get started with for a minute. You know, but there's like a million billion other things you can do, but that is just like the stuff that it addresses most of the stuff that we were talking about. So but I'll wrap this up and